Hi there and welcome to Pimp, where prison is my playground. Today I want to tell you about a place that I really like, meant a lot to me, done a lot for me, opened up my eyes to a whole bunch of things that I probably knew, but I could actually see now. And I probably let a lot of people down, probably disappointed. Um, Not really happy about that. But it's Trosa, the triangle residential option for substance abusers out of Durham, North Carolina. I found out about the place in county jail. I committed a crime that I'm not really proud of. I heard about the place. It was a 2-year rehab place that if you got in and you completed a program, everybody I talked to said it was life changing. And I had heard about it through Eric Audette, who actually got kicked out of the program, how great the program it was, and how he had made a foolish mistake by getting in trouble to being kicked out. So it made me want to go. Plus, I didn't want to be on probation, and I knew I was going to get probation. And so I made the phone call when I got out. They accepted me. I went in September 20th, like 2023 or something, 24, 23. And well, the first 30 days as an intern, it's eye opening. It can be tough to some, but it's so worth it. And there's so many things that are amazing, are just they're fun, and if you're shy and an introvert and don't really think outside the box because of drugs and stuff, you ain't got to worry about that. So anyway, um, first 30 days go by, pass. I become a freshman. I went to the big guy, said, "Hey, I'd like to do more, get a blue shirt, become like a team leader." I got it. Started taking classes. I worked in the kitchen, having fun, because I cooked. I was working so much that John and Kathy came to me and was like, "Listen, you got to learn to take days off. We appreciate the help, but you're working too much. And in addiction, you got to learn to deal with yourself in your free time." Well, I kept trying to tell them that I don't have a problem with addiction. I don't do drugs. I'm here for a different reason. I'm trying here maybe to pick up something I don't know, because I'm trying to reach people. You know, in here you're trying to save 500-600 people at a time. I'm trying to reach millions, even if it's only 100 right now. You know what I mean? And but they were great. I mean, everybody's supportive. I made real good connections. You know what I mean? I was gung ho. I was gung ho, and today would have been 18 months, and I left on just past 6 months. And so I got to look back on what happened in the last 12 months, and I got to tell you, I'm pretty happy on what's transpired. I would still have 6 more months to go. September 20th would have been my graduation date. I went in there with the day that I went in there. There was a fella in there that had long hair. He ain't been long out of jail like myself, Mr. James Simmons, my homeboy, funny ass dude. I hope he's still there. God, please let him. And I'm like, I made some real connections, and I've really had every intention of staying there. So I made a lot of speeches, a bunch of speeches at seminars and at game days, and about being. I talked to a lot of people from not going home. A lot, man. And maybe me going home might have been the difference between them not going home or not. And I know it's all choices and shit, but sometimes the gravitational pull is strong enough to hold individuals in, especially when it's something fucking positive. So when I made the decision I made, I understood that, and it hurt, but I had to make a decision for myself for the long term, not for the short term. So Valentine's Day, I'm rocking and rolling. I just got promoted to admin, which means I'm answering the phone calls. Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Trosa. This is Bill, admin. This is Bill speaking. What can I do for you today? You know what I mean? I loved it. Loved it, man. Took hundreds of phone calls. Understand how the whole system worked. That's how Kathy came to me when she approached me with it. She was like, yeah. Because, see, I wanted to go a different route. I wanted to be a team. I wanted to be a freshman leader. She wanted me to answer phones. They needed somebody to answer phones, and told me if I was serious about learning how to help people, you should learn how to do it from different sides. Sure, you can help it on this side at any time, but how can you learn it on this side if you've never been over here? I was like, man, you make sense to you, and thank you for believing in me too. And this is also an apology to every one of them, because I know in some way, shape, and form, I feel like I let y'all down, and I did, and I know it. I'm really sorry, especially Richie. So Richie took a chance on me, and I know because when I had decided that I was gonna leave, I joy riding on the computer. Just put it that way, you know what I mean? And that you can't do that. And integrity allows somebody to have their back turned and not have to worry about you. And I ruined that. And for that, I'm real sorry. That's my selfishness that did that. And that's just fucking wrong, man. It's wrong for all of them. I normally don't do shit like that, but what started it was my case. Because I knew that I had already done more time than I was supposed to, and I was on probation, and I shouldn't have been on probation. And I had asked my probation officer about it, and it's just like we talked, and that was it. It's like, hey, could you look into it, man? And for months we went back and forth like that, but he never came back with no information. So we'll have another video on the outcome of that, because I was right. But I wouldn't be able to know that unless, because I had asked him, well, I got my thing reprimanded. What happens if I leave? And he never came back with a real answer to me, man. So that's part of the reason why I left. Now, the real part, Valentine's Day, February 14th, I'll never forget it, because I was getting ready to get my first certificate. Because I went there with mine. If you know me, I'm a certificate junkie. Put something in front of me that I could get that's worth something, I'm going to get that shit. So the first one was leadership, a leadership class, and it was the last day. It was a great class. Had a bunch of fun. Learned a bunch of shit. We were on a break. I had went out in the back. I was looking at I'm a nature freak, if you didn't know that. I was out looking at this pond back there, and I came inside, and they had this. We was at the Trosa Recreational Center, TAC, and I was playing pool, man. Went to damn bend over to take a shot, and my back blew out. I mean, straight blew out. I couldn't get up. I had to have somebody help me get up, and then I took a couple steps over to the pool table, and I held on to the pool table. I couldn't move no more. I mean, there's a bunch of people around now. They see I did nothing strenuous. I had a pool stick in my hand. Pool balls. 30 minutes. Trying to move. I couldn't move. I was locked, man. I was so bad that we called the ambulance. And then it took them another 30 to 45 minutes before they got there. It was two pretty girls. And when they got there, they brought the gurney in. They got fancy gurneys now and shit. And I told them, I was like, listen, I'm hurting bad. And they was like, yeah, well, we got you. And so when they shifted me, like I damn got into fighting mode. And old girl, she was from New York, and she said, man, you hit me, I'll knock you the fuck out. So, everybody's laughing. There's like 10, 12 dudes in there, Everybody's laughing at me and shit. And hurting. I'm hurting people. So what I would normally do is I'd make a phone call or two and find something that's suitable for back pain and take it. I don't have addictions. I have necessary moments where I need something better than Tylenol to get rid of this fucking pain. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean I'm going to be addicted to this shit. It means I know what I need to take care of this. I've been doing it a while, you know? So I don't have this option. And I'm hurting. I mean, this is bad. I'm going to the hospital now. So we're in the back of the hospital, and the woman says, "Do you want fentanyl or you want this Tylenol 3?" I said, "Well, I don't want to die." She goes, "No, this that good stuff. You're not going to die from this." I said, "Well, give me that." So she hit me with it, and I went, "Whoop." But I was still bad pain. So she's sitting there, and she's watching me and shit, and she goes, "You're still hurting bad, aren't you?" I said, "Man, I'm dying over here." She goes, "How?" The woman up front, she said, "How much did you give him? 50?" She said, "No, I gave him 100. He said, "He's hurting like that?" She goes, "Yeah." "Well, go ahead and hit him again." When she hit me again, it went away a little bit more. I was all right. I can stand it at this point, you know what I mean? But it's hurt. So where you want to go? You want to go to Duke University or this university? I think it was actually like two. You want to go to Big Duke or Little Duke? So I'm thinking go to the Big Duke, right? Oh God, man, you talking about hurting. So it took like 20 minutes to get there, and then transferring from the gurney to the wheelchair. Oh God. From the wheelchair, so they put me in a damn hallway. I ain't never seen it. It's been a long time since I've been in the hospital. They put me in a damn hallway, and there's a fucking number on the wall. I guess the rooms are outside now too. C, I always letter C. Crazy as shit. I had to use the bathroom, man. It was all I could do to get to the bathroom. It was on the other side of the hallway. I mean, it wasn't but about 40 steps. It took me an hour. I was crying. This beautiful doctor. I mean, smoking ass hot. I mean, banging ass body everywhere. She was gorgeous. Come over and check me out. But I'm an older dude. She asked me what was up, and I said, I got a metal rod in my leg, makes me uneven every now and again. My back goes out. She goes, "Well, what do you do for it?" And I was like, "I take damn Percocets." I said, "But I'm at this rehab, blah, blah, blah." I said, I gave her the number. She calls them up. She goes, "Okay, well, they said you could take this. We'll give you this." I don't know what she's giving me, but I take it, you know what I mean? Tell her that I'm hurting still. She says, "We'll leave you here for a little while, and then we'll see how that happens," and blah, blah, blah. Comes back later, tells me she taught, "How am I doing?" I said, I'll go back. "Okay, we'll call the place to have somebody come get you." So I go back. When you get, it's called the medical ward at Trosa, just another building at the bottom floor. They put me there by myself, and the first night you're supposed to get a phone. They gave me a phone. It was dead. They gave me a charger. I'm hurting. I'm hurt. When that dope wore off, I was hurting like hell, man. I mean, bad. I couldn't move. But I knew what was going to happen. So they had brought. I was in an apartment. They had reserves. They had food and water bottles and all kind of shit. So I took a bunch of water bottles and dumped them out and put them in a bag. And I'm talking about walking real slow with a damn cane. It took a long time. I'm fucking hurting doing this. It's not fun. And I took a bunch of, with all kind of food and shit, and I put it over there by the couch. And like, I walk over there and just drop the shit. Ain't no bending over and all that shit. I was able to find little boxes and stack them up so I didn't have to bend over, because I knew I was going to be fucking hurting. If I'm hurting this bad on the first day, it's normally the second or third day before it starts kicking in. So I get all that done. I go down, lay down, can't get up. That's the end of getting up. And thank God that, because I shit regular, man. I'm just keep it real with you. 2 3 times a day, first thing in the morning, I'm regular. So if they didn't shoot me up with that dope, I'd have been in trouble because I get constipated like most people when you get the dope like that. So I didn't have to take a shit. Thank you. So I didn't have to get up and walk that way, and I just pissed in the bottles. Thank God I've had enough bottles too, because it was like 2 or 3 days that I didn't move, and nobody. They would come in twice a day with fucking 5 milligrams of Percocets, 535, 325s, one in the morning, one at night. That's not shit, man. I was fucking 280 pounds, 290 pounds at the time. You know, blowing spit everywhere, and I'm hurting. And the third day, they asked me to pack my shit up after I ran out of the medicine to pack my shit up and go back to the unit and be ready to go to work tomorrow. I couldn't move, folks. They didn't even come in to check on me. They never asked me anything. I never seen a doctor again. I said, that's not acceptable, man. I'm fucking hurting. Get up to do what? I said, I need to talk to somebody about that. And somebody called back and like, yeah, you should be all right. Do you need to go to the doctor? And I was like, you damn right I do. I mean, if that's what it takes, but I'm not trying to skip out of work. That's not who the fuck I am. I like my job, man. I'm fucking hurt. But then my mind switched. You don't give a fuck about me. You just want me to fucking work. You ain't asked how I was doing. You just told me to go back to work. And see, that's a cognitive distortion. It's one of the first things they teach you. So I said, fuck this. I ain't working here. I'm not doing anything. And it took everything I had. I ain't talking shit about the place. It took everything I had to get dressed and walk to the leaving part. And as I'm leaving, it's snowing and I'm passing people talking shit. So it had got back to the office before I did. And they was like, damn, Jakowski, what's going on? And I was like, I don't feel the love. It ain't the same love. And I started crying, man. I was like, I'm over here giving my motherfucking all to y'all. And I'm hurting, man. I don't like it. Hurt people hurt people. I'm the worst. I'm the fucking worst, and I know it. I know it. And they fixed it. Told me to go back. They don't worry about it. But my head was fucked up already. So it was a couple days later. I was feeling a little bit better, but dude came in the room, said, "Hey, you need to go to medical." I walked all the way down to medical. And it's a long way. When you hurt, and it's a long, and it was snowing again. It's a couple days later. Like it never snows in North Carolina. And when I got there, they said, "Oh, that was something that you didn't even have to worry about." So it was like another day and a half, and they called me up there, and they asked me why I didn't disclose in my assessment I had back problems. And see, I had checked my assessment. That's one of the things I violated the computer thing for. I had checked my assessment, and during my assessment, they could check the phone records. I because I stay out in the country here, the phone had dropped 5 or 6 times, and I'm not saying that the dude didn't do his job fully. I'm saying that I might have fast forward shit, and because the I don't have a back problem. Typically speaking, anybody over them 30, 40 years old, you bend over wrong, your back's gonna go out every now and again. That's what happens with mine. So as far as like having, I didn't have that. So when you violate a rule, so there's two ways they could have handled this. Okay, so say I did do that. That was my intention to deceive the assessment to get in. The penalty could be one or two things. One, it could be a 2 week infraction, which means you got to do 2 weeks extra duty. There's a whole big long list of shit that you lose because of it, or they can kick you out for and it'll be for whatever reason. So if it's criminal, if you lied about a charge, medical, you lied about a diagnosis, or mental, you took some pills, you got to take some pills, and you said you don't have to take pills. So lying, so it's lying. Essentially, it's lying. I didn't lie, and it's all up there. So I checked it myself, and so but the word was disclosed. Why didn't you disclose that? And I was like, why would you say that? You trying to kick me out of the program? Because there was some stuff that had happened. See, when you work admin, not only do you call to bring them in, when you leave, I do the paperwork to help you go. So I knew what was up, what was going on there, and I was under the gun because I had when they got the ball going after I asked to go back to see the doctor. See, we ain't going back to see the doctor, and you want me to go back to work. So when I go back to see the doctor, so I went to like Duke Orthopedic. They sent me, or I don't know who sent me, but somebody sent me to UNC Spinal, who then sent me to UNC Orthopedic. So I was getting the top notch medical care, undisputed. I mean, really good. I mean, you're talking about the biggest shit in North Carolina, and it takes time away from work and costs money, and that's a medical reason to discharge. Now, uh, cognitive distortion has my mind thinking there ain't no way in hell I could pass. All I really need to do is hurt my back one more time and have to go through this cycle again. That shit is over. So that could happen, and we at the 6 month mark now. Next month, 6 months from now, and God forbid if we had the 22-month mark and almost getting ready to graduate, and you say, hey, look, you did a really good job. We can't help you out. Your medical situation has overridden your program. Now, I'm not saying they would even do that because that's what cognitive distortion thinks, but I'm not willing to take a fucking chance. It's either all, and that's what all or nothing. But I always been all or nothing my whole life, and you can't even make it seem like I can't get nothing. You can't even make it seem like I can't get nothing. Because I'm putting my fucking all, man. And everybody that ever was a part of my life with Trosa would tell you that. I don't have to tell you that. You've seen them, if you've been watching my videos, man, I fucking care. So, I'll show you some cool stuff. I actually got some. I was ripping, man. So this is what it looks like after your first 30 days after you get out of internship. You get this cool little, I don't know if it's like a half a certificate. Shout out to my man Ben and my man Travis. Them dudes was awesome, man. Real good guys. And if you never get a chance to meet them, man, that's a shame. So here's the certificate that I got. It's the only one I was able to get. I was actually taking 2 classes as I left, and just missed getting them. I think I had 1 more week left. And so this is, I made a video about it, but this is the itinerary. This you got to look at about 20 times a day and make sure you don't miss shit. But this is just the cover sheet. There's my man James Simmons, 6 months. Some cool dudes that wrote that shit. So, what happened that led up to the day me walking out? It was a Saturday. The next day was Sunday, and it was going to be a softball day, and I wanted to play softball there bad as hell. Or otherwise, I would have already left. But I had to wait one more day, so we went into work. Saturdays are real slow at the office, so you may not get any phone calls, and I might not have gotten any that day. If I did, it might have been one. Me and Jonas was in there by herself anyway after like 3 o'clock, and I went on the computer and typed in "Story Time with Uncle Bill," which is my other YouTube channel, and I didn't actually click onto the Google thing, and this is just an excuse. But I wanted to see what popped up, and I wasn't happy with it. And I was like, shit, it was some raggedy stuff too, man. I finally got it changed just recently. But I wanted Jonas to see it, and when he saw it, he flipped out, and he was like, "Oh, you can't do that, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Well, go ahead and pass on me." So I was getting ready to get a disciplinary for 2 weeks. I actually got it. I went to the blue room. Um, they talked it out. I told them what was up. They talked to Adrian, came back. Adrian said he was going to give me a 2 weeks. I can't even remember what the hell they call it. 2 week red shirt or some shit. But I had already made up my mind. I wasn't going to do anything but go home. I said I appreciate everything y'all done, but I need that bus ticket to Jacksonville, North Carolina. It's just time for us to part. I got this channel that I got in mind. I got a granddaughter I need to go see. Because my mom's birthday had just passed. My granddaughter's birthday had just passed. My birthday had just passed. I was ready to see about this probation thing because I knew that they was wrong, but the only way I could get it fixed is I'd have to get in front of a judge. So I've already got it in my mind. I'm going to violate right off the rip to get in front of the judge. That's the fastest way to get in front of the judge. I already know I can't just say anything. I got to do something, so I did it, and worked out. So I had to leave, man, and there was a lot of people. My man Jay, my man Davison, my God, it's just a whole bunch of people. Um, all the young people that I had helped get into the program that I couldn't say goodbye to. I knew I let them down. I apologize, man. I really do. But I'm out here killing it, and I always got y'all back. Um, Especially everybody that's out here now that I was with Trosa with. I keep in contact with everybody, and you can always reach me. You can always reach me. When you go to William Jakowski, JACKOWSKI, or you might have seen my name up in there. That's my Facebook page. Hit me up a messenger or something. I'm always willing to talk to anybody, everybody, all the time. I got you, man. You know what I mean? But that's what happened. I, I, I couldn't do it no more. It was probably cognitive distortion, but I had this dream and vision of this YouTube stuff, and I had to put it in motion. It was ready to be in motion, and I'm glad I did it. I'm only glad that I might have affected others by doing so. Um, was never to escape punishment. I'm not a coward. Um, it was it was it was a fair decision, and I'm glad I did it. Um, that's the story for today. Look, but Trosa is a great place if you're struggling with substance abuse, addiction to drugs. Give them the shot. Number 919-419-1059. You could call them. You got somebody in county jail or in prison, they might be able to help. Have them write if they can't call. That address is Trosa, TROSA, 1820 James Street, JAMES Durham, North Carolina, 27707. It's worth a call. It's worth a letter. They'll get back to you. They'll be in your corner all the way. Give them a shot. That's the story for today. If you can, hit that like button. Share the video. Subscribe if you haven't.